This video is brought to you by Crystals of Erm, an old-school party-based RPG with dungeon crawler elements, a classic overworld map to explore, and, most importantly, crystals! Because just like that girl who's cute and scary, all the best RPGs have crystals. Guide your three heroes through sprawling towns and dark dungeons, discover new spells and armor to equip, and engage in real-time, grid-based battles with bullet hell mechanics. This combat system is easy to learn but difficult to master, requiring constant movement to charge your abilities while dodging enemy attacks. Crystals of Erm will be available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch later this year. Wishlist it now and download a free demo at the link in the description.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Firelink Podcast, episode number 125 for Thursday, August 27th, 2026. Marty here, joined by Nick Calandra, Casey Wosu, and producer Eric. We got a humdinger today, a genuine humdinger. We'll do any cleanup on Gamescom, stuff that has happened after the Gamescom showcase or anything that's lingered with us, including some interesting news out of Xbox. Obviously, our main topic's got to be Grand Theft Auto 6. I know a lot of people in the audience are going to be like, we're sick of hearing about it. Well, fucking buckle up, because I want to talk about this game. And I'm going to want to talk about it for the next couple months, so deal with it.
Everyone will. Like, this is video games.
Normie's hitting me up today and being like, what is going on with this game? And then we'll be chatting about other games we've been playing, including some new games. I've been playing a ton of Star Wars Zero Company. I know, Nick, I believe you wrapped up the new Plague Tale, Resonance, I think its name is. So I have some impressions of those. But yeah, how are you guys doing?
As I said before the show started, I am so tired of it being hot out. I need to finish my move this weekend. I've had like 2 boxes in my car that have been there for a while, and I just don't want to carry them up because it's so hot.
Just ditch the car.
Instant sweat.
Yeah. If you get rid of the car, I think everything will be fine. It's that easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to take it easy this week because next week
You're off.
I don't think I mentioned I'm going to be away. Yeah, taking a
vacation.
break.
Easy the week before you go off.
Yeah, because I don't want to burn myself into you fall out on the bed and you don't get up for a while. I want to go into it like I'm prepared to enjoy the week, not like I'm exhausted and I spend the first 3 days like unable to do anything.
Do you have like anything lined up in terms of like, I want to watch a season of this, or I want to finish this game or anything, or is it just mostly going to be recombobulating?
Mostly the recombobulating, I think. Like I've had fitness goals that like I keep telling myself I need to do and just haven't gotten around to. I want to try and use this week to be like, hey, this is my regimen. And then like maybe when I come off of it, I'll like feel bad that I'm not keeping to it, hopefully. Yeah. And I'll be able to keep up. But then like, yeah, in between, like I'll try to throw in some games I've been meaning to get to or get back to. And definitely lots and lots of TV/anime. Mostly animation is my guess, because I've been really missing the cartoons here and there.
Oh yeah. I love to hear that. I have some fitness goals too. Fitness whole burrito right in my mouth. I don't have a burrito is the problem. If I had, like, it would be great if I had a food as a prop, but I don't. Nick didn't get it. It was a fitness joke. Great clip. Fitness and fit in this. It's fine because we're talking about Gamescom.
I can take my streetcar to get ice cream now. So
that sounds like the most rich white person thing I've ever heard. I could take my streetcar to get my ice cream. And I know what you mean. It's just public transportation. I know.
I'm saving the environment while getting fat.
A streetcar sounds so fancy.
It just reminds me of theater.
Yeah. Right. You know where it has you know what city has a lot of ice cream actually, and this is not a lie? Cologne, Germany. The current site of Gamescom. The most ice cream and gelato you could ever fucking see. Europeans love their ice cream and gelato.
Isn't gelato just thicker ice cream?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what gelato is, and I'm too afraid to ask at this point. I know it's Italian. That's about as far as I got. But yeah, the three of us covered Gamescom opening night live on Tuesday. I wouldn't say it was like a crazy big show, but there was definitely some cool things and some trends we spotted. And then Gamescom has been going on throughout the rest of the week. Xbox has some showcases. There was a future game showcase, that kind of stuff. One of the news bits I thought was interesting, Casey, that you brought up, since we've been talking about this whole, obviously with Sony announcing that they're going discless in the next generation, everyone's kind of wondering what Xbox is going to do. I assume they are also going to go discless, although they have not said that. But they did kind of mention a new program about being able to transfer your discs into digital ownership, Casey. What did you think about that program?
I think it's a really cool idea. Like at first glance, it sounds like a very taboo thing that game companies have never wanted players to be able to do for a long time, which is burning discs.
Yeah.
But this is like, oh, I have a physical disc, and it is annoying when you have a digital library and a physical library to go back to a physical disc and like swap it in and out with your other ones. This allows you to kind of just load it up, almost like a 6-disc CD changer, but like the number's infinite. And like that's just a fun quality of life thing. And apparently it still works as a physical disc, because if you were to put that disc in like a friend's Xbox, it will connect to the internet, as these things do, and transfer the license, or like not transfer the license, but remove the license from your Xbox, so you wouldn't be able to play digitally after someone else has essentially tried to play it. So this seems like the best of both worlds in terms of I can have a physical disc, but then treat that physical disc as if it's my digital thing. But it is a half step, because like you said, they have not confirmed that the next thing will also support physical. And this might make it worse if they do announce that that's what's coming.
Yeah, I agree with you, where it's like on paper, this is cool. This is a consumer friendly move. I do think things would get like what we need is broad sweeping protection over digital rights to things. And that's something that I feel like goes above a Xbox or PlayStation level. That like goes to a like this is something we need to be talking about like in Congress. But everyone in Congress is 1,000 years old, and they're worried about Enes Kanter going in the WNBA. So that's all people are worried. And Hassan Pike. That's all fucking people are worried about. Instead of like these things are impacting millions of people, and I think this is an actual thing they should sit down and try to figure out.
They also won't die. Like they go to the hospital.
Lake of America after today.
Yeah, exactly. But like this is, I think this is one of those, like Xbox is doing a lot of small good things to try to kind of like work their way out of a large hole that they dug for themselves. And I think this move is unequivocally good, but like you said, it is kind of a half measure, and it doesn't, we don't know what this means for the next Xbox, which, although I would bet money that like PlayStation will not have a disc drive, but
they've held true. PlayStation has not gone back on this. The backlash has quieted some, but it's not gone.
It's not gone. I do not think it will impact sales in any
it's unlikely
conceivable manner. And
I think that is what Xbox is waiting for. They're waiting for all of Sony's heat to go down, and then it'll be a non-issue.
Slide it right in there.
Join, yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like, Xbox has come full circle, because this was something they kind of tried to introduce with the Xbox One.
Yeah. And they were already like first of the gate. They had their digital. I guess both consoles had digital versions this generation, but very.
Yeah, I think this is mainly Xbox getting ahead of the game of legislation that will eventually come for digital ownership. Of like, hey, well, the games that they owned previously, like on the series generation, we gave them the option to transfer it to digital ownership while we prepare for a digital only future.
That's actually
that's what they're probably going to say.
That's actually a really good point. Maybe getting ahead of the ball. Also a Gamescom story. Randolph Gandalf, thank you so much, with a $15 Australian dono. And remember, your donos now, we've met the prior goal, and we've said that retroactively that prior goal was going to be a full Big Walk series. So the Big Walk crew is going to get back together, and we're going to get big walking again. But as of right now, all those donos are going towards a new little competition. Jamate and Casey doing a Sekiro boss rush run, which should be very fun. But Randolph Gandalf, thank you so much for the dono. Sorry to immediately derail a topic. Can't listen live today. That CD Projekt Red free Witcher remake is a light in the dark of AAA greed. Probably naive, but do you think any other big developers will follow suit? That is cool. I did not really that is free, and it's even free on fucking Switch. It's free across the board. That update, which is very, very fucking cool. I think. To answer your question, I don't know, because there have been. Nintendo has their own way of doing upgrades. Sometimes it's a free upgrade. Sometimes it's like a $5 bonus thing. Sometimes it's an entirely different SKU. Xbox has had their kind of, if you load up an Xbox One game, you will automatically have the fancier version and stuff. But I guess Nick, do you think do you think CD Projekt Red is kind of singular in being able to do this, of being like, this is a game old enough people have bought this. This is a nice goodwill thing to earn us a little bit of, positive feedback after, I would say they're fine now after Cyberpunk, but things were looking bad 6 years ago or so. Do you think anyone else will do this?
Not to this extent. I don't think so. I mean, I can't think of any game that really has.
Mm-hmm.
Techland kind of did some of this for the original Dying Light, I believe.
Okay.
But that was way back when. But yeah, they're bringing the game to basically a whole new audience with this DLC because it came out a generation ago. So there's a lot of people on Series and PS5 that don't own it that are now going to buy it. It's probably going to sell another 3 to 5 million copies.
Especially when previews start coming out for the fourth game and people are like, oh fuck, I want to jump back into this. I think I'm finally going to Witcher. I'll attempt to Witcher.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same.
See. Yeah,
you never Witchered either? No, I tried it forever ago and bounced off of the feel because of the feel of gameplay. I really liked the world and the stories that they were telling, but combat felt very unappealing. And that seems to be some of the stuff that they're tweaking with this. So I'm very interested in actually giving it a try. Mm-hmm. And this feels like a very unique way to attempt the remastering of things that we've seen everybody do, because it's essentially saying we're not just gonna polish up the old prize pig and put it out for a new contest. We're gonna give you something extra. We're gonna put a bow on it. There's a new thing along with it while we've also polished it up. So that even brings back the people who have played it already.
Yeah. And so it's a cool
it just seems like a good thing.
And people who've supported them over the last 11 years. Anyone who's owned this game, we're giving you this update for free. And if you haven't owned this game, it's probably gonna be full price. But
it's not gonna be full price. I think it'll be $50.
Yeah, well, and 11 years later, you can't complain I was just gonna get around to it. It's no, if you didn't get around to it,
it's too late now. For sure,
it's too late now. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
It's the base game, it's the 2 big expansions that they did, and then all of these upgrades,
all this new enhanced stuff. Yeah.
Seems well worth it.
I agree. Nick, was there anything else out of Gamescom that you spot? I know you watched the Future Showcase. Was there anything stand out to you?
I have my Unpacked coming out tomorrow. That's
right.
Games I was looking forward to, but the one I'll mention on Firelink. So when Rematch came out, and I got heavily addicted to that game, I talked about how cool it would be if we got a hockey game of that. And at the tail end of the Future Game Show, the people behind the Journey and Revenge of the Savage Planet games announced Breakaway, which is basically Rematch but hockey, and I'm all aboard for that.
That is an extremely Nick-coded game right there.
Oh, baby. I'm planning my days around it already.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's super cool.
I've met Alex Hutchinson quite a few times at conventions, and we keep in touch sometimes, and I tagged him on Blue Sky. I was like, if this is Rematch but hockey, I'm going to scream. And he said, I will be happy. So I was like, oh, yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, good to hear that. That rolls. Casey, was there anything else that kind of stood
from
out
Gamescom
this week?
Yeah, nothing. Honestly, nothing that we didn't talk about already. It was, a solid show, but like you said, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to with the GTA stuff today. I haven't got a chance to deep dive into the Fable stuff, which I know was that wasn't at the Keighley showcase, but they showed off a lot of it at Xbox, and then there was a bunch of hands-on
I had no
previews
idea
and
they did that.
hands-off previews and stuff. Yeah, so it seems like the people who played it really liked it. Some of the footage looked a little wonky, but
there's one game that was announced at the Future Games Show that I think you're going to be all over, Marty. It's called Amphibian, and it's a frog JRPG, and it has really pretty graphics and looks like probably next year's what was the trash one?
Kingdoms of the Dump.
Kingdoms of the Dump, yeah.
It's a dump like. It looks great. It looks like frogs in armor. I like when frogs wear armor because they normally shouldn't. Like frogs shouldn't be wearing clothing at all, actually. But these frogs look great. The skin looks delightful. Yeah, add it to my wish list.
KC, did you review it? The first Greek game, Greak. It was a Metroid.
Familiar.
Okay, it's a Metroidvania published by Team 17. Really beautiful art style. I think you would actually like it. You should probably do it for a Hot Monday Energy. They actually announced that one for a sequel for that, and it looks really good. It's a very, very hidden gem Metroidvania type game.
Okay, I mean, sounds cool,
Great.
but yeah, I don't think I'd heard of it before now.
It's great to me.
That
was a little great to me joke. But yeah, that's if there's any claim, I definitely want to dig into that Fable stuff over the weekend. So maybe we'll talk about it a little bit next week. But obviously the big thing to talk about right now, which is going to be a big old bite, is Grand Theft Auto 6, which had its showcase earlier today on Netflix. The video should be on YouTube in about, I think, 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken with my time zones. It was a 25-minute showcase that just went through a bunch of different chunks of main missions, chunks of open world stuff, montages of activities, story cutscenes, and everything. There's a lot. It is a lot to go over. One thing is that they said this was running on PS5 standard, which I find. Part of me finds hard to believe, but also part of me is like, well, if you spend $2 billion on a game, I guess it should look like this. Because my first thoughts, the game looks really good.
It does look really good.
That's very dumb to say. It is a very good looking video game. It is probably the best looking video game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think there's a question about that. The thing that I came away excited about it was it kind of felt like it had that more grounded feel of GTA 4 over GTA 5. In physics and kind of just world feel and everything. Like it doesn't feel as I don't know. GTA 5 kind of had like a very different tone about it compared to other GTA games, and this feels more like that gritty, but also kind of over the top fun tone.
Yeah, especially the demo started off inside, like with the two kind of Bonnie and Clyde protagonists, Jason and Lucia, going into like a drug stash house, and it getting like raided by the feds, and then having to shoot their way out of it. Which that first scene, I was like, God damn, this is like extremely gritty. I was I thought this was gonna be a little more fun, and then the rest of it showed like backyard wrestling and fucking hydro boats on the swamps and gators and stuff. So that felt a little bit more like traditional GTA. I was right off the bat, I am all in on this story specifically because it is like a couple dynamic, which you just don't get a lot of in games.
You don't get it at all in AAA games.
In AAA games, yeah. And the way they said is like at the beginning of the game, like they are partners. And then you can choose kind of as the game is going on if you want to like there's almost like romance options. So you could choose like if you want to become like if you want to really lean into like we are a couple or like keep at arm's length like we are partners in this and like we will help each other out in shootouts and everything. But like this is a platonic relationship, which I think is interesting. And I'll be curious to see like how Rockstar handles that.
IGN had a really interesting like kind of feature breakdown, and so like you can as a couple like you can go out and do things together, like go shop, go eat, go do all kinds of different things, or like build out your reputation with each other, and then if you ignore each other, then that reputation goes down, and you move away from the kind of romantic side and all that. So that's really fascinating as a mechanic. Like I'm curious how it plays in game. Like I'm sure it's going to be gamified, sure, but I think GTA has like always been about the characters, but there's never been like interaction between them in the game.
There's literally a button to hold each other's hands. Yeah. It's like Eco.
It's cute.
What if this is going to be the normie gateway into Eco? Like, I need to find more games where you can hold the hands. It's like,
it's a core mechanic.
It's a core mechanic. Yeah.
Like a lot of what I found kind of interesting and really exciting about what this game is doing was in those written up previews. I found the actual Netflix presentation to be a bit lacking. One thing I missed, which I was really hoping for. Yeah, I was hoping for like that voice, like the lady guy, whoever, that overarching voice that's kind of walking you through like, hey, this is the world of blah, blah, blah. Your characters can do this, you can do that. We didn't really get any of that. I would have been okay with that if what they did show was maybe more of a storyline, because like what they showed, like I through osmosis and through watching previews up till now, I know enough about it to piece things together. But if I was a rando who's like, oh, this GTA thing's on Netflix, let me check it out, let me see what this is about, I don't know that you would really get what's going on from what they showed. It was a little too disjointed.
I think this was tailor made for the Netflix audience, because they're not going to care about those deeper mechanics. They want to see the gameplay and they want to see the graphics.
Wouldn't they care about someone setting up what the story and relationship is? Like, because from what I'm gathering, like Lucia gets out of prison at the start of the game, and
that's not mentioned at all. And
it sounds like they're on run from some corrupt cops as well.
Yeah, and that seems like a thing that like you could have made that clearer in this.
I think it would have been like, with the level of cinematic flair that they clearly have in this game, I think they could have cut together something that was like maybe a mini movie or a mini like when I first put it on, I saw the length. I was like, oh, this is like
an episode of a
minutes. This is like an episode of something. They really could have got away with something cool where like the first reveal of GTA 6 was like a TV show almost.
Yeah.
But all of it is in-game cinematics or gameplay that kind of point by point kind of gives you the preview of like, hey, this is what the setup is for this world. And I was a little disappointed that it was kind of this scattershot thing of images that didn't really tell you much or give you much depth as to what was actually going on. It was very pretty to look at, but it wasn't until I saw all the previews that kind of dropped right at the same time. I was like, oh, you can do X, Y, Z, like all these, like the relationship stuff. Like, oh, that's all really, really cool and impressive.
I found it weird when they initially said this was going to premiere on Netflix. The response was, "You'll know why when you see it," and I still don't know why. Like this could have just been a YouTube video.
I don't think they proved why.
I mean, the reason why is one of them paid the other one a lot of money.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm not 100% sure which one paid the other one a lot of money, but the 6-hour exclusivity window, in hindsight, just feels weird. Like, I don't care. I'm not mad at it. I don't think it's anti-consumer. I just think it's a little strange. I guess it gives it like a stature, I guess, that like, well, no other game has done a 25-minute reveal on Netflix, so this has got to be, something important. The things I took away from it, I'm excited for the story. There's also just a lot of small things that like made me smile while watching it. There's just a button you could play with the dog. You can just play with any dog. And they said that there's kind of like an internal karma system, not dissimilar to Red Dead 2, where it's not like you can't be a good guy in this game. You are going to murder people. You're going to rob banks. You're going to do all these things. But it's almost like all of these actions kind of have a line. And you could do them without crossing that line, or you could be a psychopath and cross that line. And if you cross that line,
like you could, like, unlike a lot of other or any other GTA game before this, it seems like you could attempt to do this without killing anyone. Like you could,
like you could rob a store and intimidate people and like threaten them without, like in Red Dead 2, you could pull out your gun not to use it, but to intimidate people, which I think is something you can do in here.
The IGN preview said you could also shoot to disarm, you can shoot to incapacitate, you don't have to kill everybody. So yeah, it seems like because in GTA 5 you definitely can't just incapacitate people. You can shoot them down, but then they'll get back up and keep running. So
they also said things you could do to earn. I keep calling it karma. It is a different term. I don't know. I just keep calling it karma. Good karma. You earn it by petting animals, playing with animals, also by throwing away trash. I think Rockstar is like giving a good lesson to the kids. Throw away your garbage and be good animals.
Yeah.
2 easy things earn you a little bit of karma.
Even criminals can do these things. So what's
one of
your
the
criminals?
One of the big things I noticed in the trailer, which is a really small detail, but I think has really big implications for the gameplay itself, is the reticle. Each gun had a different reticle.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
In past GTA games, always just been that dot, which, you know, I think
sure.
a big thing against the GTA games is how much like auto aim is basically how you play the game.
Sure.
You hold LT and just mark people.
I'm going through the PS2 trilogy right now, and that is how I'm playing the game. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, just point at the thing I need to kill. Yeah.
This looks like it has more control than they've given in past games, for sure. And the reticle says that to me.
They said, in full disclosure, I've not played GTA 5, so maybe this was the way that was. You don't have kind of like 30 guns on you at any given time. Like, you know, in the older games, you could have a rocket launcher and a sniper and a rifle and a submachine gun. It said you have 2 small guns and 2 big guns, and they're like kind of on your body. So if you have a big gun on your body and you walk like by a cop, he's gonna be like, why do you have a rifle right now? So like there is like that kind of I guess realism, verisimilitude, and also it seems like some of the kind of body changing stuff from San Andreas is coming back, in that you can work and lose weight, or you can eat a bunch and gain weight, which I always thought was kind of silly in San Andreas. My gut still tells me it's kind of silly, but we'll see how it's
it
impacted in the game.
I think this is probably going to be closer to what was going on in Red Dead Redemption 2, because there was a sort of a hunger mechanic thing there. It didn't show up.
Could you be fat,
physically?
Arthur?
It wouldn't show up physically, but like he would be affected by not eating properly.
I do remember that. Yeah.
So that you can like increase your health with food in GTA 6.
Yeah.
And stuff like health and stamina and all that. So
also big news. 6 stars instead of 5. First time since Chinatown Wars. 6 stars. That means you can get some real trouble. I don't know who comes out there. Fucking Avengers.
Aliens come try to get you.
I thought
Roberts asked if there's a first person mode in this one. There is not. They were not doing first person in this one.
That was a thing.
It didn't come to GTA 5 until the PC and or new gen versions came out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, hey, and I promise you, this game, we will be laughing about this game the same way. This will get a PC release in a little while. It'll get a PS6 and an Xbox Helix release. The writing and performances. I thought whoever plays Lucia. I don't know if it's Lucia. Whoever plays Lucia, fucking great. Knocked out of the park. I think like, holy shit, great. Jason was a little mumbly.
Yeah, I felt that.
Mumbly. Maybe that's his character. Maybe it's just the scenes they showed. Felt like he had cotton balls in his mouth.
His personality is also kind of lacking, and I think it's a symptom of him being a leading man in a game where he's not. Like there's someone next to him who is also the main character, and I think it exposes how flat and personality-less a lot of leading characters can be when they're supposed to be kind of a tough guy who's cool.
And it's also, I know a lot of couples where one of them is really bubbly and outgoing and like personality forward, and the other one is very quiet and like. So maybe they're going for that.
I like the dynamic. I didn't want like two bubbly people together and get annoying. It seems like
someone or just someone who has a personality. I would.
Well,
it didn't have to be bubbly.
That preview didn't give it, but I mean, I trust Rockstar to give him a personality.
Arthur. Also, Stephen Root popped up. Let me tell you, I was excited to hear my boy Stephen Root. I will go to fucking bat. He played the older guy who was on like the hotel, the rooftop restaurant, and he's the guy. He's in Barry and Dodgeball and Office Space, and he's one of those great character actors. But Stoked to hear him. I think I heard a little Bobby Moynihan, former SNL cast member, and
Yeah,
I
they're
believe
using his
current voice
likeness
actor.
on that
Oh,
boat. Like it was just him.
Oh, it was
like it was just
they weren't even
man.
trying to hide it. It was just Bobby Moynihan. So I thought that was nice. Yeah. What else from this? We got a couple super chats, or not super chats, but Patreon messages that I wanted to mention. Space Pope, thank you so much for remember at the $5 tier and above. We solicit your messages for each episode. Said, I thought that the GTA presentation looked great. The environments, character designs, and set pieces all make me excited to play the game. Also, I love the diversity and quality of body type, skin tones, and hair features. Plus, Stephen Root is in it, so an easy sell for me. And then Riley Lemon said, I don't want to minimize how impressive I thought it looked, but given how we just don't see the massive leap in games from year to year like in previous generations, I'm more low-key jealous of the millions of more casual gamers who maybe haven't played more than a handful of games since GTA 5 and will be getting their minds completely blown by the sheer scale and wonder of the game.
I think the thing with this is like there's we're in the era of diminishing returns of visual fidelity.
Sure.
But what I'm really stoked to see, which I was disappointed by, was Cyberpunk, because like Cyberpunk has such an incredible detailed world, but it was missing so many of those little small details that really make it feel alive, and that's what Rockstar is like great at. And just coming off of Red Dead 2, like I am, now that I'm seeing the game in action, like my hype level hasn't been that high, but now that I'm seeing the game in action, like I understand what it is now. Not that I didn't before, but
yeah.
I'm really fascinated by just like the micro of what this game is going to be. That's where I'm really excited to see. Like when Cyberpunk was being marketed and everything, like this truly lived in, real feeling city. And like it gets there at some points, like when you go to the markets or like in some of the high rise, like apartment buildings and all that, you really feel that, but maybe on like the street level, not so much. That's what I'm really, really excited to see what Rockstar can do with like a true first next gen level city.
It feels dense. It feels extremely dense. Like going through parties, going down the street, like you just felt like there was just a lot of fucking people. Like, and I think that's
unique NPCs that you see. Like if you just go stop like at any frame in that 25 minutes, I don't think you see the same person twice, which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm predicting we're going to see videos where someone tries to find like a copied NPC.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
And it's like it's going to be surprising. It feels like how long it takes for them to do that, if at all.
A funny thing about this as we're approaching realism and the crowds are getting bigger and stuff. Does anyone ever feel uncomfortable about causing the same chaos and madness of an early GTA game when stuff starts looking photorealistic? This is me maybe concerned trolling, but like as I'm playing the PS2 GTAs, like I have no problem just like fucking around and shooting rockets at people and gunning people down because I'm like, everything looks so dumb and silly here. Everything looks very realistic in this thing. So I just don't know. I'm gonna play this game, but maybe I'm just gonna try to be a good boy.
I mean, based on what we see on TV every day from like the current TV shows, no. I mean, I literally just watched in Game of Thrones that dude get a knife shoved up his ass.
Sure, but you don't do that.
Dragon. I don't do it in GTA either. That's the character in the game that does it.
Yeah, but you're like pulling the trigger.
I'm not very specific mental separation that you're choosing.
And again, I want to clarify: in no way, shape, or form am I saying we shouldn't have this, or am I trying to diminish, or am I trying to say anything? I'm going to play this game. I'm going to be a sicko. It's fine. We are getting to a point where I do kind of think about it.
Oh, I definitely think about it.
I think we've been at that point for a while. Like, I don't think it really stops people, but I think we are at the point where they've thought about it to where they've made this option. Like, you can choose to not be that sicko, and like you can get through the whole game, it seems. And like they've baked it into the experience of like how the world reacts to you, like whether you're going to choose to be that depraved or not. So I think that's cool, and it incentivizes you to try it out to see kind of how different it is if you play the game like that.
Yeah,
because like Breaking Bad's a thing.
I'm just gonna
the bad guys are the good guys. They've been that way for a long time.
Oh yeah, I love a bad guy as the good guy, but I'm like, do I want to engage in like a mass shooting of innocents? like when they look very realistic in a city I've been to.
Look, it's gonna take one person in the game to come and rip you out of your car before you change your mind. That really expensive car you found, and you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna kill so many people on accident. I'm so bad at driving these games. I'm gonna run over so many old ladies and everything. And I was gonna say children, but I don't think there's children in this game. I
haven't seen one.
Even Tatilla made that post on Blue Sky about he's like, not sure how much, or something about children not being in GTA, even though the world is so realistic and all that. I'm like, Dead Space 2 wants a word with you.
But those were like narrative.
Those are alien babies.
Yeah, but that's different than like I'm going to the market and I'm gonna kill a kid. Like that's
oh yeah, duh.
Yeah. No, I do agree. It is funny. Like it is just funny. Don't live in there's just a world without kids. Maybe there's like a whole separate state where all the kids live, and it's not Leonida, which is the state in this game. This game takes place in the state of Leonida, which is
and that's fake Florida, right?
Yeah, like San Andreas was fake California.
Right.
Yeah,
but it's not in Vice City, or is it in Vice City, which is in
it is Vice City is like the Miami.
Yeah,
of
the
Leonida.
Miami.
Yeah, but it seems like it's almost like the full stakes. It looked like the Everglades and like some other smaller towns.
In it, but it's the whole. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Florida's a big ass state, so
all Vice cities are in Leonida. Not all of Leonida is in Vice. I keep trying to say Leonidas, who's the guy from 300 who kicked the man off the cliff. I'm sure he did more things, but yeah.
Some of the other things that got me excited about GTA 6 from reading the previews is like just all the little gameplay features they're adding. Like even hijacking cars is going to be different, where there's going to be an increase in difficulty based on like the value of the car that you're trying to steal. So you can't just jump. If somebody's driving the car, you can still jump in and like just rip the person out and take the car. But as far as like stealing it from a lot or something like that, there's going to be different, I guess, mini games that increase in difficulty based on the type of car and its value. And then
they said like a shitty car might be unlocked, a slightly nicer one might need to get like jimmied with one of those little stick things, and then like the nicest ones you might need to like somehow electronically duplicate the fob that would open it.
Mm-hmm. They also said money is going to play a bigger role, because like in GTA 5, money didn't really matter at all, even though it was a huge plot point. So they said like some of the missions in this will be locked until you get a certain amount of money, so it will push you to go do other things around the world, which is interesting. They also talked about a lot of emergent missions that just happen based on like can literally just spring up because of conversations you're having with Lucia or Jason back and forth, and you can just kind of decide on the fly to go, and it might lead you down like a whole emergent story path. So yeah, again, like I think that the preview that Netflix gave like showed I think a very large overview of what we're getting. But I think
like a small shot of like, oh, you could shoot hoops and you could backyard wrestle and you can race on what looked like a NASCAR track or like a actual race car track as opposed to
like
just racing through the
circuit.
Yeah.
I think I imagine Rockstar's going to do one of their overview trailers. They do it for every game they've done. That we're going to get a big overview trailer. But even so, like I almost don't know if I want it. Like I kind of want to just discover these things on my own and be wowed, because reading through the previews, like just the amount of I'm really glad. It seems like this Grand Theft Auto is really focusing on those little gameplay details that add a lot to the experience, so it's not so just drive, talk, shoot, and that's the game. And I know like there's always had the little mini games and all that, but it seems like they've really kind of built on that life sim aspect that I think people have been kind of wanting. And I'm guessing they pull a lot of that from like the RP servers that happen for Grand Theft Auto a lot.
Maybe.
Yeah, that became a big. I mean, there was they made a movie, Grand Theft Hamlet, about trying to stage a rendition of Hamlet inside of Grand Theft Auto Online during COVID. Which I think that's really cool.
They also make mention that they've sort of, the story itself is a directed experience, but they've built in breaks that allow you to kind of branch out and experience the open world in a way that makes it make sense. Because I think that was a big complaint of Red Dead, and how it would funnel you when you were doing story stuff, and like it didn't feel like the world was at your was open and at your fingertips. And then like when you would go and out and do this other stuff, it just felt very disconnected and separate from like what it was you were supposed to be doing.
Separate games almost, yeah.
Yeah. And so like forgive me for bringing up gotcha games, but they do a thing where they will give you breaks in the story where it's like, hey, now that this beat has ended, go and level up, like spend time out in the world doing things. And like, there's probably I'm sure Rockstar can come up with, well, yeah, Genshin Impact does that a lot. Yeah. Like, I'm sure Rockstar can figure out a way to make that make even more sense. So with that, it'll introduce you to all the different things you can do in the world and then not force you, but like encourage you to like go out and like have a bunch of fun in the play space before coming back to the more directed story stuff.
And they said the game's going to be chapter based. So maybe that's a thing, like, oh, in one chapter you're primarily in the Everglades, so like that's encouraging you to do that, those weird side things and that kind of stuff.
And that was like Red Dead Redemption.
That was like
2 as well. Yeah, where it's like your camp is here, there's a bunch of stuff around that location, and then a big thing happens, you guys got to move, and then the camp is here.
Yeah, then you got to go to New Orleans or whatever fake city that was. Genuine question. Saint Denis, that's it. How big of a download do you think this is going to be?
Oh, shit.
Like, this is going to be over 200, right? Over 200 gigs?
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I think it'll be over 200 gigs.
Like, this is just going to be a big chunker.
Like, this will be half of the smallest size. Yes. Like 250 or something close to that, I think.
And it's not like PC where like PC storage is relatively cheap and easy to add on. Like,
not anymore.
Consoles, that's the Apple, not anymore. But yeah.
But who's not deleting like half their library to like who cares? Like the Call of Duty, which is taking up the other half, they will delete it to play.
I agree.
GTA
I keep looking at my Forza's like 140 gigs, and I'm like, but I will occasionally go back to you. But I'm like, it will be fine if it's not there. Yeah.
I did buy that little expansion thing for my Xbox. Like it was on sale, I think maybe for Black Friday or whatever. So I got an extra 500 GB just kicking around back there.
There you go. That'll be the game.
Yeah.
Anything else from the showcase or the previews that stood out to you? Do you feel, Nick, you sound like your position on the game went up a little bit after this? Like your thoughts on it? Your I don't want to say hype because I don't know, it's a dumb term, but like,
yeah, I mean, it was funny doing that Unpacked 2 weeks ago on like how the launch of this game is probably going to be the biggest entertainment launch I think in history, and like all of the comments were like, I don't care about GTA, I don't care, like it's nothing, it doesn't matter. I'm like, this game matters in such a big way. I'm like,
like that in particular is almost indicative of how disconnected the people who are the loudest on the internet are from just the masses, because there's no way that is the prevailing thought out in the world.
I think like for me, like I definitely want to play it. I think I'm not gonna be as wowed by it until I get my hands on it and really play it to see all, like the little details in the world. I think, overview trailer today, I got, okay, it's a GTA game. I get that. I want to like, I love seeing the tech on screen when I'm in there and the reaction, like how reactive the world is. Because we really don't get a lot of those open world type games anymore that have like really reactive worlds. That's why like I adored Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because of how reactive the world is to everything you do in it. And like those are the kind of advancements I want to see from next gen games over just a bigger world for the sake of it. Crimson Desert, again, somebody mentioned in chat, like, Grand Theft Auto is going to overshadow Crimson Desert. Well, duh. But Crimson Desert has a pretty reactive world to the things you do in it, which is really impressive and why I love going back to it. I think when I did my video on Crimson Desert, I compared it to like, this is the closest thing to a GTA-like world I think we have. Believe it or not.
Didn't that get an enhanced version or something?
Yeah, just recently it did.
Yeah,
Crimson Desert Enhanced.
Yeah.
Incredible. Look what they've done. Also, I forgot, that MiHoYo, wait, is it MiHoYo or the Hoyoverse? Is that the same thing? MiHoYo. Okay. I keep saying MiHoYo. MiHoYo, that Elden Ring that they showed is apparently it is free to play, but not a gacha. It is.
Yeah, I told you.
Purely
I
cosmetic.
said it didn't look like a gotcha.
Yeah. So no waifus. Why even show
I mean,
up?
that is sad.
Why
But
even show up? I only got one waifu in GTA, and her name is Lucia or Lucia. I'll find out how to say it, and I will say it correctly every time. Unlike Miho Casey, did you have any lingering thoughts on GTA?
anything on GTA? No.
Looks pretty neat.
Well, okay. Here's my question.
Yeah. Sure.
What are we gonna do when this game comes out? Is everything on the channel gonna have to be GTA for like a month?
No. Well, I mean, first off, it's coming out like around Thanksgiving, so we'll take a little time off, and then we'll be prepping end of the year stuff. Like it is.
We're gonna push back our end of the year stuff.
It is. No, it won't.
No vacation over Christmas. You play GTA.
One of the last big. One of the nice things is it is one of the last big games of the year. Save for we'll see when Nintendo, if Zelda's coming out this year.
Dare forget about Destroy All Monsters.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Yes.
Yep.
You could play it right now on GameCube
coming.
if you want. You could literally just play it on GameCube.
Nick,
you are the first person who yells every time Nintendo brings back an old game. You can just play this on GameCube right now. You can emulate the shit out of it. Yeah, I think it's coming out. I'm glad it's coming out when it is. And I'm glad everyone else is releasing their stuff beforehand or way after. So I think that's cool. I think it's fascinating. I think like if you are a fan of video games and pop culture, like it's hard for me not to get curious about this. Like,
yeah, one way or
we
the
don't
other,
get events
honestly.
like this.
Like either this, if this game is amazing, that's great. If this is somehow a colossal failure, that is also incredibly fascinating.
Yeah.
To dissect into what the hell happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I look at it like we don't get a lot of monoculture. We got a little bit of it with we got little sprinkles of it with your like obsessions and your back rooms earlier this year, and then we got bigger budget ones with the Odyssey and Spider-Man. But like it's cool that this feels like this is going to be a monoculture game. Probably our only one this year. So it's neat.
What will the headline say? What will be the news' issue with what's going on in GTA 6?
Well, because it's got pink and blue on the cover.
The news, not Fox News. I'm talking about actual news. Not whatever the fuck they do over there.
Yeah, I'll be curious because they've said in some of the previews and interviews, they talked about how with their writing and references and satire, they try to keep it. They don't want something that is immediately topical because by the time the game comes out, it will no longer be topical and it will be dated. So they wanted they said the way they're writing the characters is like they are contemporary, but they could also kind of exist in a timeless vacuum, which I think is a smart way. But I will be curious, like what was the big thing after GTA 5? There was like the torture scene, right? That was like a scene that a bunch of people were talking about. So I'm curious what the version of that is in this. Better not be hurting that dog. I just
Hot Coffee was for.
Hot Coffee was San Andreas. 4 didn't really have too many.
Andreas?
Yeah, the funniest thing is the sex scene is just the least titillating sex scene ever put on film. It's not film, but close enough. Also, CJ completely clothed the entire time, so he's just dry humping.
They didn't finish. It was unfinished.
Boy, did they
dry humping through denim.
Mark on not seeing Game of Thrones coming along.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god,
good stuff.
In the first episode,
and shoves that boy out the window. He deserved it. He shouldn't have been climbing a tower.
Caroline's a kid.
Stay on the ground, you little jerk.
I should have asked Jamie some questions. Like Cersei should have asked Jamie some questions after that. That's a wild way to try and solve the problem they had.
There were other ways.
She's
also kind of a sicko. She was probably like got her rocks off on it. So
she was the one that said to kill him.
Let's go over some super chats before we get into all the games we've been playing. Purple Audacity, thank you so much. A $20 dono. Hey, Weeb Corner. Always glad for you to whisper into my audio oriphodes, even if I rarely catch these live. Any thoughts on the new Ghost in the Shell anime? I'm sorry to disappoint you. Still haven't myself seen
pure until it's all out.
Saving yourself for Ghost in the Shell marriage. Is it not all out yet?
I don't know, actually. Did it finish its first season?
Like it's getting close-ish. It's got to be close-ish. I've also not watched it. Maybe I'll watch it on vacation. There you go. Next week.
Hey.
No, I've watched very little One Piece this week. Because I've been playing a video game that I'll be talking about soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we will attempt to watch it, and we will talk about it in a future installment of Wee Shit for You, Purple Audacity. S6, thank you so much for the dono. Point of order, was Dolly Parton in GTA 6? What about Tim Curry? No. Peter Cullen, Optimus Prime himself? Nope. 0 out of 10. Irrelevant game right now. We're losing a lot of good ones this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say.
R.I.P. to great ones.
R.I.P. to the great ones.
A gaggle of great ones.
Shout out to Tim Curry. You appeared on the thumbnail of Windbreaker a week or two ago. And when I say you appeared, I think it was just the Muppets. But you were in Muppet Treasure Island, so you were represented. You were represented in that episode. Shout out to you, Tim Curry.
Where is he not? He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's Pennywise. He's in the sewers killing kids. Guy's fucking nuts. Rocky Horror Picture Show. We worked at that hotel in Home Alone 2.
You sure did.
Yeah. That's all I got. 3 people from Home Alone 2 have died this year. His mom.
Is that an omen?
His mom and the bird lady. Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, right. The bird lady did. Yeah.
Yeah. Could we have a 4th?
Dang.
Nick Knoll, thank you so much. $5 dono. KC, remember to actually pack your bags for your vacation. It's embarrassing when the big day arrives and you realize you forgot to include anything. Well, this is a staycation, right? It's not a go-cation.
Yeah, I'm not going any freaking where because I don't want to do nothing for nobody.
I believe in you. I believe you should pack a bag just for fun, like a fun bag. I don't know what that means.
Put candy in it.
Yeah, put candy in it. Trick-or-treating in August. Murray, thank you so much. A $2 dono. Nobody will question walking with a big gun in Florida. That is true.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one will be in Texas where you can walk around with a katana and it's fine.
That would be the most boring open world game. I don't want to say anything mean about Texas. I love all of our states equally. I just don't.
It's just too big. It'll take too long for you to get to anything.
Yeah, it'd be too long.
Put it in Nebraska and Colorado.
Yeah,
8-hour drive to one city.
Vanilla Spooks, thank you for the 1,000 jewels. I still haven't learned what jewels are, but I'm always going to say thank you whenever jewels appear. So thank you. Chef Eric with a $5 dono. Thank you so much. I'm bracing for the very stupid culture war talking points. The idiots will be the most idiot to have ever idioted. I'm curious. I am curious. I'm curious. Like it just, I don't know what this could do. Like it just feels like the field's been diluted. Like there's no.
Maybe it'll tear them apart.
They were already trying to say months ago Lucia wasn't hot. I'm like, did you see that trailer? Like, come on.
They don't like the booty, Nick. That's the problem.
They don't like the booty.
Lucia is not a twig. She's not a Victoria's Secret, whatever. She's thick.
It's funny they don't like the booty because they're all a bunch of assholes. Is that what? And that's the part of the body where the asshole is, to anyone who doesn't know. Sometimes people can't see their own asshole, so they don't know where it is. Fuzzy Freestyle, thank you so much with the dono. I will never buy GTA 6. Sure, it's a big deal, just not for me. I'll take my 110 Canadian dollars and spend them on Second Wind, one super chat at a time. You know what? That's actually a good point. No one should buy Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
You should just spend it on us.
Give us your $1 billion.
Imagine if they gave us all the money that was heading towards Grand Theft Auto. What would we do with that? Would we be responsible enough?
I would not trust us.
That?
We would be like a small country. We would have the GDP of a small country. I don't trust any of us with that much money. Holy moly. Can't handle that whatsoever.
Look, I'm calling up Zoran Mamdani and I'm getting to work. All right. Okay. So start siphoning off that money to send my way.
I'll call my uncle Curtis Lee. We'll get together.
Like, he can't run for president, but I can.
He could be the shadow president. If Metal Gear has taught us anything, there's always a shadow president. And his name is Moses. We got a Ko-Fi dono. Thank you so much. Dumb Hozo. Good afternoon, everyone. I have very little to contribute as far as GTA 6, so I have an off-topic question for Nick. Did you return to and finish Hell Is Us? Is it worth investing in? It's getting a Switch 2 port, which has me intrigued, but it's not a game I saw much cover of. You were a fan of that when it came out. Return
to and finish? Where have you? I finished the shit out of that game. That was like,
first off, you can't say where have you been. It's not like that's a big thing. I didn't know the answer to that, and I probably said it in front of me.
I did say in front of you.
But I don't remember all the games you finished. That'd be weird. You're not my Lucia. Lucia's my Lucia.
Yes, I loved Hell is Us last year. Don't if you want like a really good narrative, that's not the reason to play it. But the exploration, the combat, and kind of just like the way the game doesn't direct or hold your hand at all, and like discovering things on your own is fantastic. Like I cannot recommend it enough. It's not the best game out there, but if you want something really unique, definitely play it. And dear God, I hope they're working on the sequel because the foundation is really there.
What is the best
this
game
probably
out
pop
there?
off as a sequel.
The best
We
game
always say
that's out
something's
there?
not the best game out there. What's the best game out there?
Crimson Desert.
Get the fuck out of here. What? My answer is going to be Suika games. So I don't have any ground to stand on. I don't know. I don't think there's a single answer that would have satisfied me. So I'm sorry. That was a gut reaction. There's no answer where I wouldn't have been just angry at. So.
No, I didn't expect that reaction though. Like that. You have a vendetta.
I haven't even played it. And honestly, every clip I see looks pretty fun. I keep watching that clip of that Luffy guy, and I'm like, that seems neat. Nick, what's the best game out there?
I refuse to answer such a question.
Okay, fair enough. Nick, are there any good games you have been playing recently in the section? What you've been playing?
Yes, I have been playing Star Wars Zero Company, which Marty has also been playing.
That's my game.
It's XCOM, but Star Wars, and it's very good. I like it a lot. I think I'm not like I was wondering what the review scores are going to be like on this because I don't know how far you are into the story, but
I'm I believe one mission away from finishing it tonight.
Oh, okay,
I've put 35 hours into this game.
Okay, you were way farther than me. I just got. I'm like at the point where you were trying to get the Jedi to join your team. So I've only like really been introduced to the Infinite Coil like one time.
That's
I think
the main.
Yeah, I was surprised to see so many people like saying how good the story is because like it hasn't really hooked me yet. It's a little bit just maybe it gets better the farther you get in, but
it does.
Okay, that's good. That's what I was hoping for because like the main character feels a little out of place in a Star Wars story. He's kind of just generic Western guy.
I completely disagree. I mean, he feels like Mal Reynolds, who's just stolen from Star Wars. Mal from Firefly, and a little bit of like Kurt Russell. But
what is Eric doing to me?
Yeah, I fucking love this game. This is as of right now probably one of my 10 favorite games of the year. I think it's a genuinely great Clone Wars era Star Wars story that you get a lot out of if you are a Star Wars fan like we are. There are going to be things you're going to sense and then spot and then start worrying about, and then things are going to happen, and like it takes you for a fucking ride. I think the writing's great. I think the performances are really good. In terms of the gameplay, yeah, it is. Bit Reactor was formed of a lot of former Firaxis folks, so it is very XCOM-y. However, a lot of the stuff outside of combat. What was that?
I said you can still miss a shot at 100% accuracy.
You cannot miss a shot at 100% accuracy.
I have.
Oh, there's something in your way. So I guess that is technically missing a shot at 100% accuracy. Yeah. But the thing I love about it is there's this feedback loop of systems that remind me of Fire Emblem. When is he gonna talk about Fire Emblem? And I'm gonna talk about it now because it feels like Fire Emblem. Going back to your base called the Den feels like going back to Garreg Mach Monastery, and you talk to your buddies, you get a little bit of a lore dump, you're earning things in your mission that are feeding back into things that you are doing back at your home base, like upgrading your equipment, upgrading your people, upgrading the den itself. The better that gets, the better you get in the battles, and so it creates that kind of feedback loop that I was really fucking feeling, that let me just do one more battle, and all of a sudden it's 3 a.m, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
For the real gamers
get
out
me
there,
to play another game.
It's good.
for the real gamers out there, the like relationships with your crewmates is very much Mass Effect. So this game to me is very much Mass Effect meets XCOM, and that's a match made in heaven.
So the non-XCOM-y part, like the non-combat part, where you're doing like the management of relationships and base, that still exists. But is it different? like, is it like Mass Effect where you walk around the place and have conversations?
You were just walking around your home base. It's like very small. I think I call it like Diet Citizen Sleeper at one point, where it's like you're making those decisions and you have like a finite amount of like kind of energy points to use for, oh, I'm going to go on this sortie and I'm going to send these two people and let's see what happens. And oh, their relationship, they bonded over this, or ooh, this fucked up, or I have to make a dialogue. Like two of my crewmates, one is a former clone trooper who got wounded in battle and has kind of retired from clone trooping, and the other one is from a planet where clone troopers killed like 100,000 people, and these dudes do not like each other. And I'm like, oh, well, how am I? Like, I can't just like, you kind of have to side with one of them, and it makes for some like genuinely tough decisions. And they had. There's a couple things, a couple moments I don't want to talk about because like I didn't know about them and I thought they were very cool to find out fresh. But
well, don't say button and talk about them.
No. I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. I could do this without spoiling it. It combines narrative with actual gameplay mechanics in certain scenarios in a way that I have never seen before, and that really blew me away. And it's something I'll go into specifically like in a week or two when we're a little bit further on, and I'll give a spoiler warning and everything. But I've just really been loving it, and I did not expect that because I'm not a tactics guy. Like I like my I have a script I just finished for a video next week where I say like the only way I like my tactics is like how you feed a pill to a dog folded up in a piece of cheese, but that cheese for me is IP I like. And so it's like, here's the guys from Smash Brothers, or here's Final Fantasy, or here's Star Wars, but it worked on me. Yeah,
that's dope.
Been really enjoying
that
it.
Sounds really fun. And like, yeah, like I don't rush to Star Wars things, but I do generally rush to good turn-based tactics things.
Yeah.
So
I think you might like the
that
tactics
sounds
stuff
very compelling. Yeah.
I will say a couple negatives on my end. One, I think, and I hope they patch it in, an ability to fast forward in combat, because you do your turns and then the enemies do their turns. And if you're fighting a shit ton of battle droids, you have to watch for like 45 seconds as they're like, and they all move around. I'm like, I don't need to see this all.
That's usually a thing that these games have, though.
I legitimately thought I just wasn't finding it until the embargo finally lifted, and I was like, oh no, it just doesn't exist in the game. So that feels something easy to patch. Also, it kind of runs gunky.
Yeah.
Apparently runs bad on PC, has been running a little gunky on Xbox Series X. Mostly like in transition periods. So like your ship will go into hyperspace when you're going in and out of missions, and that is like real choppy. And then like kind of in between terms, it's like weirdly choppy. And then when the game is actually running, it's fine. But it's just like there's moments where I'm like, ugh. And there was a day one patch, and I didn't notice anything different. So again, this is all stuff that could be fixed this weekend.
Yeah, on the like the home base, it's definitely choppy there.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. The home base wasn't too bad for me.
Really? Yeah.
But man, whenever it shows like a hyperspace scene, I'm like, this is just a video. Why is this choppy? This is literally just a video you're playing.
It's the curtain in front of all the turmoil behind the scenes.
I guess I don't understand how games work clearly. So, but yeah, I've been really enjoying Zero Company. I'm very much looking forward to finishing it tonight.
Yeah, the gameplay is really good. Like combat feels really punchy in it. I love like it blown. All the bag. Everybody has like ragdoll physics. So like you throw a grenade in a group of battle droids, they're breaking apart and going everywhere.
Yeah.
It looks really good at all times.
Yeah, busting cover.
And I also, even though I'm not as far as you, I like there is a insane amount of like variety of environments, and I really appreciate that, because a lot of tactics games do fall in that trap of having to replay the same looking space over and over and over again. I don't know if I've like replayed the same space once in this.
Yeah, because you were kind of like along the journey going to different planets and stuff. I know XCOM I think did have some procedural generation stuff, which as far as I know this does not. Because I've had to reload older saves to capture some footage, and missions were exactly the same. So again, maybe that's something that gets added. I know it's gotten they said the best Star Wars reviews of any game in like 20 years, which I'm like, it's got better reviews than like the Jedi games. Like, really? But
some people are weird.
They were good. Survivor.
There were a bunch of people in chat.
He found a new poncho. He found a goatee underwater.
There were a bunch of people in chat wondering like how comparable is this to Midnight Suns in terms of like relationships. It's not like you don't really become best friends with them. It's more like stat based over anything else, really. At least as far as my filter. It sounds like there's some decisions later on that are affected by those relationships, but yeah, as far as like being best buds with Iron Man, that's not really
you're not going to go to like, pool party with Captain Marvel and like roasted marshmallows and kissing Blade or anything. But it is not only like the higher your bond, the more kind of shared stat buffs you'll get, but also each of the main named characters have their own kind of side quest line that you can completely miss if you kind of neglect them, like if your relationship isn't high enough with them. So that does, if you like a character, spend some time with them, take them out into battle, go kill a droid or two. It'll be nice.
I'm going to be interested to see what Yahtzee thinks of it. I know he said he got bored.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to... I don't think he's going to play it. I think he said he played a little bit and he got bored. I think he said, quote, couldn't be arsed. And you know what? Counterpoint, probably could be arsed. Not 100% sure what it means, but he probably could be.
If you liked this one, I recommend you go back and play Gears Tactics if you haven't played that.
I played Gears Tactics. Yeah. I don't have the same bond with Gears though. Is the problem? Like I like my Gears boys, but like
Six Tactics will be your thing then.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably go to pool parties with Ash.
Catch him?
Well, no, Ash. She has like a grenade launcher.
Oh.
She throws a different type of ball at people.
Oh, it's a she. I didn't even get the gender correct. What else have you been playing?
I wrapped up the embargo dropped finally, so I wrapped up a Plague Tale or Resonance, a Plague Tale story last week.
So this lady, Yahtzee was telling me, was a pirate lady from the previous game?
Yes, this is a prequel to the Plague Tale games. She's Sophia. She's you meet her kind of in the middle of Requiem. She kind of becomes your partner in crime.
I remember her. Yeah, once he started explaining who she was, I was like, oh, I do remember her. So I didn't realize the game was about her. How does it feel different from the other Plague Tale? There's no rats. Yahtzee said there's no rats.
Yeah, there's no rats in this one. This one is so like the first two Plague Tale games are very much like stealth action games. This one is very much just an action adventure game. I would almost compare this closer to Uncharted than the past two Plague Tale games. So you're kind of going from action set piece to action set piece, doing environment or puzzles, fighting people, and getting your story cinematics and stuff like that. There are stealth sections. I won't spoil anything. So it does change up gameplay a little bit, but if like the thing I love about this series is the characters, the writing, the visuals, and the music. Like that, all three Plague Tale games have been top tier for me. Like this has become one of my favorite franchises of the last two generations. That as soon as they announced one, I'm like, I'm in. You don't need to tell me anything more. This one, absolutely gorgeous game. For a first attempt at like an action combat system, because this one is very much melee combat throughout. Like there is no stealth to it at all. It's all action combat. I think it's pretty good. Like it's not the best combat system I've ever played, but it's like feels good to hit everything. There's lots of great animations involved and everything. Doesn't really evolve much throughout the game. Like it's kind of what you start with in terms of fighting, you kind of end with. That doesn't bother me so much because like what changes when you play Uncharted games, you shoot people with different guns, and I still enjoy those a lot. So some people might want a more advanced combat system, but kind of like I said in my my video about Mortal Shell 2, like if this is like a first step for them into like the action adventure genre more than the action stealth genre than they were doing with A Plague Tale or whatever they do for, I assume they're going to finish out that game as a that series as a trilogy. I'm really excited to see how they grow and develop as a studio from it. And like this again showed that they know how to do action adventure really well with the Plague Tale games. And every time they make a new game, like you keep seeing them build on that foundation, and it's really exciting to watch. Like I would almost say, cool. Like their set pieces and their like the interactions between characters, I would say is like one of the closest things you're gonna get to like a Naughty Dog style game.
Cool.
It's cool to see Mortal Shell 2 and then this and see developers kind of like leveling up in real time. I think that's, and obviously Asobo's done the Microsoft Flight Sim games and stuff. So it's not like they're strangers or anything. But
they were a big support studio for a really long time. Like Plague Tale's their first true original IP.
Yeah.
And
how long do you think it was? I thought the last one was a little long.
This one has the right length. This one is perfectly paced too.
Kind of like an Uncharted game, like a 12, 15 hours, something like that.
Yeah. Nice. Sir John Arbuckle says it looks a bit Senua Hellblade-y. This has much more gameplay than Hellblade. I think
what doesn't.
Yahtzee accurately said that the combat system feels a lot like that. What was that indie game that he mentioned? Fuck, I forgot already. It was it's like the Spanish kind of action adventure game.
On Guard.
Yeah, the combat system actually feels a lot like that, where there's a lot of like interaction with the environment.
Okay.
That's cool. Yep. I'm intrigued. And it's on Game Pass.
Oh, right? So that's like Bond then.
Yeah, a little bit like
Bond. Yeah. I need to go back and finish that game. I need to go back and probably restart that game. It's been too long.
And then the last thing I've been playing, which our audience probably won't care about for the most part, but is the Modern Warfare 4.
They haven't cared about any of the things we've been talking about so far. So
that's true. Yeah, they don't care about.
They didn't care about your Grand Theft Auto either, but we did.
I completely skipped Black Ops 7. I had really no interest in playing it, and it's like the first Call of Duty campaign I haven't actually played because I think I started it and it was like the first mission was so bad. I was like, no, I'm not even gonna waste my time.
Damn.
I mean, like I loved Modern Warfare 2019 and the gunplay in that and everything, and this feels like the first proper like real evolution of that. Obviously the beta's multiplayer. I love the movement system. I love the combat, but goddamn, I wish they would actually make maps that aren't just kill houses of every corner you get shot in the back. It's so annoying these days. Like, where are the larger maps where there's actually some strategy involved and it's not just twitch shooting all the time? Like, God, I would kill for a game that plays exactly like Call of Duty, but isn't Call of Duty. I guess Battlefield 6 is the closest thing to that, but I still think Call of Duty's gunplay still feels better. So I don't know. The one thing I was impressed by is you do get to play a campaign mission in the beta.
Oh, really?
You've seen the mission in trailers. It's the one where they're like in kind of trench warfare, Korean War, and that is the most Call of Duty feeling mission I have played from a Call of Duty game in a really long time. It reminded me so much of like old era Call of Duty, of like Modern Warfare 1 and like World at War and all that, like where you're just two armies going at each other. You get like no name NPCs on the field with you charging in. Really, really fun. I love when Call of Duty goes over the top like that, and I'm glad it seems like they're going back to that instead of this, Spec Ops, super politically whatever you want to call it missions. I don't know.
Is that what the last one was though? I thought like the last one was like getting like real trippy with its
Black Ops palaces with Milo Vervigliamos.
Yeah, Black Ops has always been trippy. I guess I should refer more to the Modern Warfare series of like high intense like White House has fallen kind of style campaign.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't know. I feel like I passed up on several beta codes for this game. I didn't know there was a single player mission. I would have played the single player mission.
I didn't even know this was happening, honestly.
I mean, it was also the same. I think it was right around the same time as the not Bloodborne. What is the game called? That
the Duskbloods
neither of us played Duskbloods.
Yeah, like I was trying to get into that, and like nothing was working. Like it was just a sad day for betas.
I tried on 2 separate occasions this weekend. To be honest, I did not try very hard, but I did try. I
woke up early the first day. Was like, this isn't working, and then the notes, the internet was like, oh, we're not doing it today. I tried the next day, and it was like, this seems like I'm not hearing any new news, and this is still not working. I'm gonna move on with my life. I just forgot about it after that. But I'm curious about I really like the multiplayer in, what was it, Black Ops 6? Where they first introduced like that like 360 movement, whatever they had a tag name for it, but have they kept that? Omni movement. I thought that was really good. Like I really like how you can sprint backwards and sideways and like leap and stuff. Like that's really fun. They haven't done away with that, right? Like that's still kind of a core aspect of what the multiplayer is doing.
And they've built on it too, where like, you know, leaning has become such a big mechanic in console shooters after it was a mechanic in PC shooters for years and years and years. And they actually like integrated directly into the movement system where like the game knows if you're coming up on a wall, you'll start kind of leaning without clicking anything. And it's actually like the most intuitive feeling like aiming system that we've played. Like it doesn't feel, I don't know, so many times they try to do stuff like that and it feels clunky. This like everything feels connected movement wise. There's even like they even have like a multiplayer I think it's a multiplayer mode. Maybe it's not multiplayer, but it's a mode in the multiplayer servers where like there's like a movement map that's just focused on movement, and it's like a training course, and it really does a good job of showing like just how advanced their movement system has gotten. Like they could just take what they've done with Call of Duty and make a straight up new Mirror's Edge with all the stuff that you can do. It's kind of a nuts. Can't wall run, but you can do everything besides that. Yeah.
You mentioned Mirror's Edge. Really quick, I just want to give a shout out to one of the games Yahtzee played on Yahtzee Tries yesterday called Volume with an H. Which is a weird place. It's weird to say volume with an H because you're gonna be like, where does it go? Surprisingly, the second letter. This is a indie high speed parkour game set in these like strange kind of abstract brutalist architecture stages. No joke, I think it is the best feeling first person parkour game ever made. Like it is staggering how good it feels right from the get-go, and Yahtzee kind of agreed. Like he was kind of not sold by the I guess lack of story, but he agreed. Like, you guys jump into this game, it's in the account, play it for 10 seconds, and you'll be like, holy shit, this is incredible movement. And it's all about wall running and keeping that speed and everything. But I rolled credits on it last night, and I really fucking like this game.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit like Neon White if it was set in a world that was like a hodgepodge of Eco, Silent Hill, and kind of like the Eastern Bloc Half-Life 2 aesthetic. There's no enemies. It's just running. You'll occasionally come across an NPC, but the running feels just out of this world good, and it runs like a gem on Steam Deck. I don't know how they did it. It runs great on Steam Deck.
Yeah,
incredible.
I think you probably noticed I had that one in the cart even before Yahtzee mentioned it. I had seen it on Twitter a few times. I'm like, oh, that's fancy looking.
A guy, Chris Pearson, who at Aftermath was singing his praises, and I picked it up a couple days ago, and smitten with it.
Yep. Only other thing I've been doing is getting caught up on the first few episodes of the new season of It's Always Sunny. It's very funny. They shoot a body out of a cannon, and it's fucking hilarious.
Are you watching that on a streamer?
Hulu, yeah.
Hulu, right?
Yeah.
That's all Hulu? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if I assume it's maybe still on FX, but
yeah, it's still on FX.
I was binging it on Netflix forever ago, but I think they ripped it off.
Yeah.
Might have gone back to just Hulu because
Hulu, like Fox owns it. So,
but yeah, this season has been the first two episodes are really funny.
There you go. It's Always Sunny.
But yeah, next week I'll have a bite-sized out on 1.0 update of Moonlighter 2 and another game that I was talked about a little bit last week called Restory, where you fix up electronics.
There you go. A little tinkering.
Something I will never do in real life.
Perfect. Honestly, most of the games I play are things I will never do in real life. I don't want to parkour in a brutalist hellscape. Get me out of here.
Thinking back to what you were thinking about in GTA 6, I'm glad you said that.
I just want to hold her hand. That's all I want to do. I want to shake your hand. Casey, what about you? You've been watching or playing anything?
I started Mortal Shell 2. but I've only put like maybe 2-3 hours in so far. I'm liking it, but I want to put more time in before like I really say much about it. I do like what I've played so far though, so that's positive. I do want to jump back in.
Nice.
But I've been watching a lot of a new anime series, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, which is very popular. Like the kids seem to love it. I had people close to me telling me like, "Hey, you should check this out. I'm having a real good time watching it, whatever." And it's, as you can guess, isekai. It's a reincarnation story. There are a million of these. They're all very similar, yet tend to be very fun regardless of those similarities. And I was having a really good time with this one, despite a couple of issues. Like the main character is a pervert. Like that, like Eric and I were talking about, well, Eric was mentioning it as we were talking about this before the show. I personally, the way it was depicted early on, I didn't take much issue with, because it was presented in a way that felt natural. Like the guy beforehand was a shut-in. Like all he did was kind of play video games and watch anime and was like very disconnected from the real world. So it would make sense that he would kind of have that relationship to sex. Like he had died a virgin and it was an issue to him. And him being reborn in this new world, he was now having the opportunity to not like to basically interact with females. And like over time, he was actually learning, like there were instances where he was doing things that were problematic and he was learning from the people around him that this is problematic. Like it just made sense. So like I kind of liked that depiction of like, yes, this is how a man who is now a child can act. And like they're like tapping him on the hand and saying like, don't do that. But over time, and even not just him, but other characters, like his father in the show is like a womanizer. And like it's played for laughs a little bit, but like something's very serious, like a serious consequence happens because of it. And like they kind of take it seriously, at least at first. Like they're like, hey, you fucked up. And like there's a very serious moment that happens about it. And I really like that push and pull of like, this is uncomfortable, but they let you sit in the uncomfortability. And then like they kind of handle it, and then you move on back to the more fantasy story stuff. So I was having a really good time watching the show, but something happens early in the second season that was just strange. So apologies, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, but they introduce that the world has slavery in it. And it's not that the slavery itself is this sort of thing that's how could you depict slavery in an anime? Like, but it was the way that this character is from our modern world. The first time this is brought up is by a character who is depicted as being almost entirely like innocent, devoid of like bad intentions and whatnot. She kind of just suggests it as a solution to a problem they have. They're trying to build figurines. And the person who's building the figurines doesn't have the magical or tactile capability to do so. So she says, what if you got a slave to handle that for you? And like the reaction is, oh yeah, okay, let's try that. And they go to like the slave market, and like there are miserable, awful looking conditions for these people who are in cages and in chains and shackles and whatnot. And it's just, there's dudes with like ledgers, and like no one is really addressing the fact that this is awful, especially the person who is not from there.
Who should know better because you come from our world. Yeah.
They just go about the transaction, and then they come back home, and then it's fun. They just kind of forget about it. I'm like, what? Like I was
they
so
just have a slave then?
From that point forward, they just have this little girl who they bought and are teaching to make figures. And it's like, I was so taken aback by this. I had to look online, like, what the fuck is up with this show and slavery? And like, apparently, like, this was an issue. Like, a bunch of folks brought it up, like, how nonchalant, like, it was treated in the show. Like, it seemed weird, especially for the character who's from Earth. And that the creator himself kind of pushed back, saying, like, well, it's a fantasy world. Like, people shouldn't really put our Earth's values on the fantasy world. But it's like, no, your character is reincarnated from our world.
I get that the other characters in that world see it as like, oh, that's just how things are.
Like, this is how our society works.
Yeah, but that guy should be like, wait a minute. At
least
like push back a little bit.
So odd. And then it's almost as if from that point forward, the illusion or like the rope that I gave it for all the perverted stuff started to fall away.
Sure.
Like from that point forward, certain and maybe it did get worse, because like that was just a wild choice for them to do in the second season.
Yeah.
But like stuff starts to happen where like he's kind of nonchalantly sexually assaulting certain people, and he's treating it like this is not a big deal, despite the fact that he's from a world where he knows that would be a big deal. And the people around him, because of who he is now, is kind of okay with it. It was like, oh, so you sexually assaulted her, but it wasn't because you were trying to rape her. So I guess that's fine. And it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And so it reminded me very much of Rising of Shield Hero, which is another isekai series that I had to stop watching after first season because of the incel manifesto it seemed to be preaching underneath the surface. And like I'm starting to wonder how many more of these shows are kind of just that. Like there was a writer for some popular series who recently did an interview, and I apologize that I don't remember his name, but he was kind of talking trash a little bit about the fact that there's so many isekai shows because of the issue of, well, anime stories usually try to tell a story that helps people deal with like real life issues. Whereas the isekai tropes seem to be telling people, hey, turn away from what's going on in the real world and go lose yourself in a fantasy. Like they're not saying much more about the actual world that these characters are coming from. More and more of the shows are just, I got sent to a fantasy world. Now look at how powerful I am. And they kind of don't ever interrogate that this character is not from here, level. What they had to deal with. Yeah.
That's such like a analog to social media.
Yeah. Like in a lot of ways, yes.
Yeah.
Oof.
So I'm still gonna watch it for right now, but like it took such a turn in a way that like I was considering not watching it anymore. Like it was like this, like he kind of just threw the entirety of the show in the trash with that one decision. But so, I don't know.
When you brought this up before we went live, I said, remind me to tell you something.
Yes, yeah.
And I said, remind me to tell you about the most book I've ever written. And this was, I got about 150 pages into a book in my early 20s. And it was about a guy who on his 30th birthday, he went to sleep and he woke up and it was, I guess, sort of an isekai, but he was reborn into his own life. And so he just
started over.
So he just started over with the mind of a 30-year-old, but he was a baby. And so he couldn't speak for the first, I don't know how long a baby takes to speak. 10 years? However long. But anyways, and so it followed his life going on. And it got to a point where like he has his like first kiss when he's like 12.
Uh-huh.
And the girl I was dating at the time was reading some of this, and she's like, isn't this dude like 40? And he's kissing this 12-year-old. Oh, no. And it shattered the entire concept of the story for me, and I never went back to it. I just never. It never even crossed my mind. And then she's like, isn't this dude like in his 40s and he's like kissing a 12-year-old? And I'm like,
yeah, because mentally, yeah, right, yeah, but like in universe, no, like the fantasy essentially says like, yeah, you are a child, and
yeah,
so and that I think that's also a criticism of that series because that would be a criticism of all of them, like all of the reincarnated stories, especially, well, not all of them, because not all of them are as perverted as this one. This one definitely takes a lot of story to talk about like sex and relationships and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he is still a kid, like even all the way in season 2, he's only like 16 at this point. Mm. So, but the thing is, like, those conversations about like teenage relationships are useful. Like kids watch these shows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like, the stuff that gets depicted, like being a jagoff in your teenage years towards girls and then them reacting accordingly because of that behavior, like that's good for a teenager to see.
Yeah.
But like this other stuff feels like you had an opportunity to talk about some things if you were going to go down this road and you kind of just completely dropped the ball. So like, what are you actually trying to tell people?
Yeah. Yeah. And again, there's like ways to handle this in interesting ways. Like I don't think any subject is taboo if you handle it correctly.
Right.
But
yeah,
let me tell you, in my early 20s, wasn't equipped to handle it correctly. Also, probably currently not equipped to handle it correctly. So just
Invincible kind of does that with like the clone guy, right? He's like old. He's older, but he has like the clone of himself as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Vampire Stories do the same thing too, right? Well, isn't what's his name in Twilight supposed to be like? Isn't he old?
Like hundreds. Vampire
he's
Diaries.
kissing Kristen Stewart like a little sicko. Robert Pattinson is a sicko though, which is great. So good for him. So there you go. There's a life lesson in there somewhere. So I assume you're not gonna keep watching this, or are you just gonna finish off on your vacation?
Or not?
For right now,
is this your vacation?
Right now, I'm continuing to watch it. It may end up mostly being for the purposes of me writing a thing about about these shows.
Yeah.
But as I was very close. I was like, I don't know that I want to keep watching this.
Yeah.
That is
but it bugged me so much. I kind of felt compelled.
I was doing it as I was watching Elfen Lied or Elfen Lied or whatever it was called the other year. I was like, should I keep watching this? I'm like, it's not a very long thing, and I'm already halfway through, and it's already been despicable. I may as well continue. Like, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
It'd be weird not to finish this.
I've come this far.
Yeah, exactly. Sunk cost fallacy.
Even Genshin Impact has one of those characters, like the witch you meet early on. She's like definitely like preying on the kid half the time. The one that shoots lightning, Casey. I'm sure you remember her.
Yeah, the purple one. Yeah, she's like in the libraries or whatever.
Yeah, there's like a whole side mission where you go on this like weird not date with her.
But are you a child in that game?
I don't even know what you are in that game.
You're like a teenager. You're like 14 years old or something.
You're like an angel. I don't know what the fuck you are.
You're a Genshin. You're just obviously a Genshin. Cool. Casey, anything else?
No, I think that's it for me in terms of playing and watching.
Hell yeah. We got a bunch of super chats we'll wrap up with. Captain President, thank you so much for following on. Did y'all see the game trailer for Spine? Looks like Cyberpunk Sifu. I haven't seen the new one, but I remember seeing that at a showcase a little while ago.
That's like got a new trailer in tights or whatever.
Yeah, I got a new trailer in Future Game Show, and it's coming out next summer. And it looks really good.
I feel like this from the beginning has looked so fake to me.
They keep showing like it in engine and running, like it the art style
still even like it looks like it looks like a situation where it plays itself. Like you're not doing a lot of what's actually happening. Like it's most like I really liked Wanted Dead, and Wanted Dead has a lot of this stuff where you have takedowns, like the enemies get weak and like you hit a button and they do like she does like an elaborate takedown thing, and that's satisfying. But it's satisfying because it comes after the end of a bunch of like setup. Like you have to get them certain weak, you have to take off limbs, you have to line them up in a certain way, and then you like trigger the thing that then sets off the satisfying chain reaction. If this is doing that, I could get behind it. But it seems like it's just the takedowns. Like everything is just takedowns, and like
they said it's very inspired by they said it's very inspired by the Arkham series. There's another kind of gun fu game coming out in just a couple weeks called Blackwood, and it's from the developers of this. I've seen that. Yeah, it's a small indie team that made this like actually pretty great first person shooter called 310, I think. Or Zero Hour, and it's like a really impressive tactical shooter for such a small team. So this one comes out like September 16th.
Yeah, I haven't seen this at all.
Yeah, Blackwood.
Good stuff.
Very John Wick.
This just looks like John Wick. Yeah.
Yep. There's this one. There's the actual John Wick game coming, and then there's Spine. I keep trying to say gun fu. I keep saying gung fu.
Gung fu.
That's gung fu. That counts. You can pronounce it as gung.
Yeah, Gungan Fu. That's when Jar Jar does karate. Blue Team, thank you so much for $5 dono. Came in late. Metro 2039 looks incredible from the newest Gamescom trailer. Definitely my most anticipated non-remake game through 2027. You're a big Metro guy, right, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You excited for this one?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. 2-0 yes.
Burst through the wall like Kool-Aid Man to play.
Oh, my God. You're that excited. It does look
when you
very
get back
pretty.
from your concussion, then you have a great time.
Depends what kind of wall I run through. If it's just drywall, we're good. If I get unlucky and it's like a plaster wall, I'm probably fucked.
R.I.P. Captain Prez, thanks for another dono. James Cameron walks in and writes on the board, Pokemon Tactic, and then a $sign at the end.
Oh boy, those reviews for his latest movie are not good.
Who?
James
James
Gunn?
Gunn, the latest movie.
Oh, sorry. Really,
You think of Ridley Scott, dog? So yeah, it's because he's old. He's like 90 years old. He doesn't know what's going on.
No,
He's
he
an old
said he's
man.
going back to make the third prequel to Alien.
Well, fucking first off, hell yeah, brother. Get me back in there. Get Michael Fassbender back in there and let me see what's going on.
That's what it's about.
And apparently there is that Pokemon RTS called Pokemon Conquest that is a crossover with Nobunaga's Ambition for the DS. And
People love that game, I feel like.
People love Nobunaga. I don't know anything about this man, but I'm excited to learn his ambition. Mopman, thank you so much for the dono. So the new Plague Tale and Mortal Shell is more backing up to the point that you've argued before that studios need to get the chance to do follow-up projects. Yes, and yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of those games?
If your game doesn't sell at all, I think, obviously you made a
Sure.
bad game, but I think, Focus does a really good job of sticking with teams and franchises and letting them grow.
Yeah,
that's what they're one of my favorite publishers. Like they take their risks. Like that weird action looking game with like the little dragon. That's from a really small indie team that made the game called Dreamscaper.
Yeah.
So I love these mid-sized publishers taking shots at these smaller studios that really punch above their weight. My favorite.
It's cool shit. And then Captain Prez follows it up with a drunken James Cameron stumbles in and writes the word "Pow World Tactics" down and then passes out. I feel like we could do a Pow World Tactics. I think that could happen.
I mean, you're getting like the dating sim and the farming sim. I'm sure there's a tactics game in there somewhere coming.
Incredible.
It's only a matter of time before they revert all the way. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before they revert back to making just Pokemon.
Incredible. Fella guy, thank you so much for the $5 dono. Have y'all checked out the Sinking City 2 yet? I'm really loving it. One would think that I would be tired of Lovecraft at this point in gaming, but nope. I'm not. I know both Yahtzee and Jesse Galena did, and Jesse was definitely higher on the game than Yahtzee was. And you could check out their post-Ramblomatic podcast at the $5 tier and above on Patreon to hear that. Nick, you said you played a little bit of it?
Yeah, I actually haven't watched Yahtzee's fully Ramblomatic on it because I'm too worried he'll spoil the game for me.
He would never do that. Yahtzee's never offhandedly.
He's never done that for me multiple times. Yeah. Maybe he made a comment about like appealing to a different audience with the game because it's not as like heavy on the investigation stuff.
He was talking about that.
But like if you actually go and like listen to the studio, like this is the game that they wanted to make. So yeah, I've put a few hours into it. I like it. I think like the dialogue can be very stiff at times, and it's probably I can't be too mad about it. I think it's a byproduct of having to make a game in a little war zone and probably did what they had access to. But it's another game to me that feels like a step up for a studio that has always kind of been in that middle area where this feels like, okay, I see like you guys have a lot of potential to make the next really great survival horror game, I think, just like I feel about Bluebird with Chronos, that kind of level.
Yeah. Yeah, I get some people have been upset that it kind of sands off the weird Eurojank edges and kind of detective game stuff for a more traditional what you would see in a Silent Hill 2
detective
remake.
stuff for me. Yeah,
yeah.
I really, really liked the first game, largely because of how in-depth the detective work felt. Like you had to talk to people. They use that Mind Palace system very effectively to like keep track of things. You have to go to a literal library and like look up like the dates in newspapers to like cross-reference stuff you heard with places you like. It was genuinely like quality detective work. That felt very satisfying to like put everything together. And if they ripped all that out, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I would imagine this is going to sell better because if you're like, oh, this is Silent Hill 2 remake, but Lovecraftian, that people are going to be like, oh.
But the story was also really good. So if they maintain like that quality of storytelling, then
I think that's where Jesse
definitely going to be worth. Yeah, definitely. And he likes the Resident Evil basic formula anyway, so I guess that makes sense.
I think it's one of those situations where those games are the Before a Sinking City 2 are very niche. And I think to get people into that, I think they need a game like this that is more open to people that just want the action. And then if they do a follow-up to this,
seed it back in.
Seed it back in. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a good point. And then Ohms Law Enforcer, thank you so much. Back with 3 donos in a row that are all about the same thing. Before GTA 6 gets released, talk to the youngins around you and educate them on scams. They'll be desperate for game info and tips. Field day for scammers. Free currency, unlocks, cheats, scam. Also, I need to finish this before dark, or else no pudding. You can't eat pudding in the dark. We learned that last night.
Eat ice cream in the dark.
You can't eat it. No, there's a rule. You can't eat pudding in the dark.
How close is this ice cream to pudding? Is it like a?
If it melts a little bit, it kind of becomes pudding.
Is gelato closer to pudding than it is ice cream?
Well, I can get on the air-conditioned streetcar and take it back.
This all of a sudden the streetcar has air conditioning. La-dee-da. But no, that is
like you're taken back by that. Like, God damn it, he didn't think he was gonna have an answer for that.
But I do agree. Not only there's gonna be scammers trying to make money off GTA in every there's just been so much like fake bullshit around this game of people being like, this thing is in the game. It's like, well, no, the channel you just quoted made that up. Like, it's not even a real Twitter account. That's just an AI.
They're gonna use, if there's a stock system in this game like there was in GTA 5, there's gonna be a betting market for the stock in GTA 6.
Yeah. I'm sure Kalshi, you could just connect your Kalshi account to GTA. I hate everything. El Rumpa, thank you so much for a $5 dono. No message. Appreciate you, El Rumpa. And then Jam on Toast with a $5 dono said, Casey, I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as go over.
I think that's in reference to the show you're watching, whether you should keep stepping in it.
No, it's Billy Shakespeare. He wrote a bunch of sonnets. I know.
Oh, is this about the sunk cost fallacy? Like, is
this? You know what? You got blood all over. You might as well just keep going. The quickest way through hell to heaven is through hell. Is that what they say?
Who said that?
Someone's probably said name that. Who name them? I want names. Put them on a list
right now.
Put them on a list. And that's it for our super chats today. Incredible. I'm proud of us all. What do we got going on? Nick, you said tomorrow you're gonna have it unpacked. You and Eric on your favorite games of or some of the standout games of Gamescom.
Yeah, there was no news that made me want to chuck myself out a window this week. So we just got some cool game reveals, and there were a lot of cool games. So I made a little list for unpack tomorrow to keep my week light and easy as I get ready to close my house and I have to go move things in the heat. So more games.
Sure get some lights in this new house. This is the rare opportunity I can make fun of someone's lighting.
Did you forget to turn your light on?
No, it's been on. It just keeps getting progressively darker, and my ice cream keeps melting. So, yeah. And then I'll have a bite size.
Next to you?
No, I wish.
Just
I would be eating that. There is no ice cream next to me. I have to go get it. I have to go get it
on the stream.
But I will have a bite-sized out next week on Moonlighter 2 and Restory.
There you go. Cool. Casey, what about
you? Super Smash Sunday returns on Sunday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Second Wind channel, followed by not regular, but the continuation of Super Smash Sunday on my personal channel. 5 hours total. Join us. It's fun as always. I'm not actually sure what we're playing for the first 2 hours because Jesse and El Cheshire were trying to be little scamps. They thought I wasn't going to be there. I think they were going to try to play Smash with some items and shit on, which is sacrilegious.
That would be a nice way for you to go on vacation to do a little Smash items.
We'll see.
He would smash his controller.
We'll see what happens. It's not. You know what? We can do it just so we can prove once and for all that it's not fun.
There you go. But someone will be very right and someone will be very wrong at the end of that stream.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's an off week for Adventures 9. So if you haven't been caught up, go and watch the latest episode, which dropped last Saturday, because From then, like it's been great all season, but from then till the end of the season, fuck.
Yeah, this upcoming episode has my personal favorite moment of the season, and you'll know it because I am slack-jawed smiling for several minutes in a row. I watched a rough cut of it, and I'm like, I just am not closing my mouth. I'm just like, just so excited at what's happening.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.
And as a reminder, you will be out next week, so you won't be on no regular KC streams throughout the week next week.
Yes.
I mean, the streams will probably still
Firelink again.
No.
And accordingly.
Maybe ask Jess to join in and
get us on time.
Maybe keep you guys out of trouble.
You know what we need? We need Eric to put a timer up. He puts a timer up for Darren. He puts a timer up for the rewind when we start getting to that 3-hour mark. And yeah, see, he has the Darren timer.
Time is Mooney. That's so great.
Yeah, I forgot. You said it, Casey. The last time we did a 2-on-2 or a 2-person stream, Marty got me in trouble. So this time, I'll return the favor this time.
That was the past. We're all about to September. We're all looking forward to September.
How am I going to get Marty in trouble?
Don't get me in trouble. I just don't want to be in trouble. And then, yeah, I'll have a video that Eric and I worked on up to tomorrow afternoon as well. That video I've been talking about for a while, about 30 games from 2026 from the first half of the year that I think are worth checking out that we just haven't covered on the site at all. We haven't covered on the channel at all. So keep an eye out for that. And then, yeah, I should have a Star Wars Zero Company video out probably sometime in the back half of next week. And then Captain Prez, thank you so much for a $5 dono. If you find yourself going through hell, keep going. Churchill. There you go. It's always Churchill. We should have just assumed it was Churchill who said that.
Yeah. He knows all about hell.
He does.
I don't know why.
Chef Eric with a $2 dono. Marty's nightly long walk down. It's so sad. It's getting so dark so early. It's all depressing.
It's the only time you can walk with how hot it is.
What do you say? If it's hot outside, it's fine.
No, it's not.
I think you might be a baby, Nick. I think you might be a big air conditioning baby who needs to take his little car.
I'm not a fan of the heat.
Anything.
I thought it was going to be a 2-on-1. Now it's a 1-on-2.
I don't like walking when it's too hot either.
Anything with 72. Look, you don't understand, Marty. I have to walk my dogs, go stand in the sun because they are picky about where they want to shit, and I'm sitting there just melting to death while they're trying to pick the perfect spot to drop their deuce.
Teach them how to shit in a toilet.
That's not Are they hot dogs?
Oh my God! Don't tell Jess.
I hate you. I'm ending the stream.
Don't tell Jess. And then Captain President with a $5 dono. Thank you so much. Sun's going down, big fella. Time for walks and peeping. In my Marvel rewatch, I watched Age of Ultron, and it's weird that they be fucking in that movie, but they not be fucking in any of the other movies. I just think it's weird.
Who fucked in Age of Ultron?
Black Widow and Hulk.
Oh yeah,
there's just kinetic sexual tension. Like he takes a shower at Clint's farm and gets out, and she's like, "Oh, I would have joined you if I knew." And they absolutely be fucking. And then she says, "Sun's going down, big guy," when he turns into a big monster.
I didn't recall any of that. I do remember that for some reason they were giving each other googly eyes in some of those movies, but that kind of just went away.
Literally, this is the only in this movie alone in Age of Ultron. There's just an ongoing thing where the two of them be fucking, and then they just don't touch it at all. It's very weird. And then Chef Eric, thank you so much. A $2 dono. I'm with Marty. It's only 91 at 8 p.m. out here. See, there's dozens of us.
Only
dozens of us.
You people disgust me.
Perfect. And on that note. Thank you all so much, everyone who tuned in live, listened on your podcast service of choice, anyone who donated super chats, and of course, members of our Patreon. And if you're in that $25 or $50 tier, I sent out the message earlier. Our movie night is going to be on Monday, 3 p.m. Central. And I left a little poll. So you guys have the power to choose which movie. And I'm not telling you what to choose, but you should choose Speed Racer.
I kind of want Speed Racer to win. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't put the Power Ranger movie on there. I'm disappointed.
It's because it wasn't on the list. It wasn't in the Google sheet. I pulled from the Google sheet.
I won't be there anyways. I'll be closing my house.
Fucking Twerp.
I'd rather watch a regular episode of Power Rangers than the Power Rangers movie.
It's just 3 back-to-back regular episodes of Power Rangers. That sounds perfect.
Excuse me, it was a life-changing moment when which Power Ranger dies in that movie?
One of them, Tommy, Zordon. What is Eric doing? Eric's just making me dark, and I don't know what is happening. All right, whatever. We're done.
It's nighttime for everybody.
For Nick and Eric and Casey, this was Marty. This was Firelink episode number 125. Thank you all so much. Everyone have a great rest of your Thursdays, and we'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.